What up? What up? It's your man's Ken Jackson. Wow, what a day. I am thought I was over this illness I've been going through, but I've been coughing uh, like crazy, coughing up blood, and went back to the hospital. Went to talk to a doctor, and he says it's just a part of this respiratory bullshit that's going around down here in South Florida right now. And let me tell you, it's real bad. I haven't been sleeping, getting no rest at all. And so now I'm just outside because I had to get some fresh air. I've been kind of cooped up in my room for like the past week, really. Because earlier, I did have the flu really bad. But the flu is gone, but I still have this upper respiratory issue going on, and it seems like the only time the coughing, eases up is when I'm outside in the fresh air. So let me get some of that. But just before I came out, I was watching your dear leader press conference, and I swear every time I watch that guy, I have to wonder, uh, do his supporters literally believe the lies that are coming out of his mouth? I mean, it's just terrible. It is truly mind-boggling that he can get on national TV and just tell lies like crazy. But I guess that's not going to change anytime soon. But I did want to address this issue, though. The new distraction is about to happen because they're really getting on Donald Trump about this double tap murder that he and Hegseth have committed. Not just this single one, but all of them actually have been murdered. And I listen to the news reports, and they keep talking about war crimes, war crimes, war crimes. And the problem with that narrative is the fact that we're not at war with anyone. We are not in any type of declared armed conflict with any country at this time. Donald Trump and Hegseth and Kristi Nolan keep talking about the narco terrorists, and Hegseth today spoke about he said they are Trende de Agua or whatever the fuck they call them, and we're at war with the cartels. And listen, people, don't be dragged into their bullshit, because that's what it is, bullshit. We're not at war with anybody. Anything that has to do with drug cartels or anything like that, those are law enforcement actions and should be handled by proper law enforcement agencies, not the U.S. military. It's not what we were trained for. We were trained to fight and win wars for America. That's what we were trained for. We weren't trained to be high-end police and you know, security guards and shit like that. We have the Coast Guard, who was doing just fine, uh, interdicting drug boats and trafficking and such prior to this bullshit that Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth are trying to sell to the American public. Um, the Coast Guard's job. That's what they do, and they do it well. They do it very well. On top of rescuing uh, messed up boaters and such. But the point is, the U.S. military, especially our carrier battle groups, were not designed and built to chase down drug traffickers in the Caribbean. That's not what they're for. But yet, this motherfucker has our largest aircraft carrier, our most lethal battle group, designed to fight the best that any nation can throw at us on the high seas. He has them out there blowing up speedboats in the Caribbean. And he's threatening to start a war with Venezuela. Why? I don't know. Well, I think I know. I think it's about oil, to tell you the truth. Because Venezuela does sit on the largest oil reserve in the world. But besides that, Donald Trump is committing mass murder right now. And it is costing you and I a fortune. These Hellfire missiles, this is not what they were purposed for. So, what's going on? What's really going on? Because if it were about fentanyl coming into the United States, and Trump is lying to your face, because the drugs that do come out of Venezuela are typically headed to Europe, not to us. So if he were truly going after fentanyl and shit like that, he would have customs enforcement step up their inspections of container ships and international flights coming into the country, because that's where the fentanyl is coming through at. And most of it's being brought in by American citizens. The vast majority of it is being brought in by American citizens. But Trump has customs enforcement operating up in the interstates doing immigration, border patrol shit. In fact, there's so many border patrol up in the middle states, I'm wondering who's at the fucking border. He said something really ridiculous today, too. He said that there has been 0 illegal aliens entering the United States since his crackdown. 0. You believe that? You really believe that? It's a lie. I live here in Florida, okay? Florida's a border state. Even though our border is all water, I can tell you for a fact there are still so-called illegal aliens. I don't call them that, but so-called illegal aliens are still coming across the border. But they're not going to tell you about it. Um, and of course, we know why. Because Trump wants to portray himself as so strong and tough on the border that, you know, he's the only one that can fix it. He's the only one that can do anything. But we've all heard that before, right? Now here's the next issue. This is a more recent issue. Remember last week when those Democratic lawmakers put out the message to active duty military that you do not have to follow unlawful orders. And I second that emotion. That was drilled into us when I was on active duty. If you feel orders are unlawful, you have every right not to follow. Consult with your JAG officers, you know, to get clarification, you know. But we had a U.S. Admiral in the Caribbean who's choosing to follow unlawful orders. And now, because the news is out about them murdering 2 survivors of one of these boat strikes, the president and Pete Hegseth are throwing that admiral under the bus. They're saying that he took it upon himself to order that double tap strike, which is clearly a crime. Can't call it a war crime though, because again, we're not at war with anybody. It's just straight murder. So we're going to see how this is all going to pan out, because clearly this admiral is about to be in trouble. Almost a 30-year career about to be tossed out the window because he was just following orders. Told y'all, you don't have to follow these unlawful orders. All right, well, that's my daily rant, my afternoon or late morning commentary, or whatever you want to call it. I'm your man's Ken Jackson. Y'all have a nice day. Peace. I'm out.